because I man speak a little Trini now. God, man, watch me. Born in Germany on an English army barracks, raised in a Caribbean/English household. So I was submersed from an early age in a sea of artistic elements, you know.
Of course, my very special guest today is none other than Rupee, the man himself. So, welcome.
Blessed to be here. Thank you.
Just let soca music play, and I'll be okay.
I know from your brother that you guys are bilingual. I know that, well, you probably trilingual because you speak Asian too, speak English, but you also speak German because your mom is German, and
yes.
you would have spent obviously some time in Germany too as well. So tell us a little bit about Rupee.
Yeah.
And also maybe we can leave Ronnie out of this, you know. This is your time about Rupee growing up and Rupee the young lad.
Yeah, well, certainly, and again, absolute pleasure to be here. As you said, we go way back. I actually interned at Starcom when I was coming out of community college with Harry and Pansy and the whole team
in the traffic department.
In the traffic department.
Yeah.
And, ended up leaving there, going to McCann and Lonsdale, and definitely doing some ads for you guys as well.
We're going to talk about that too as well.
Yeah, definitely. But
definitely.
Certainly, actually born in Germany, black Barbadian father, white German mother. May they rest in peace. But as you know, like many Barbadian men did back in that time, they left Barbados and went to work for the military in England. And it was just a matter of time and place, really, because my dad every 2 years would be moving from England to Germany, sometimes back to Barbados, and just so happened that he was stationed in Germany when I was born. So, born in Germany on an English army barracks, raised in a Caribbean/English household. Never absorbed German, never really spoke it, you know, due to my dad's wishes. But definitely through mom, you know, absorbed a lot of the culture. So yeah, as you said, trilingual, maybe even, I don't know when you can speak 5 languages, because I man speak a little Trini now. God, man, watch me. I'm telling all you.
Well, you know.
Oh God, all you mustn't do with that. And you don't know, sir, little Jamaican still, you know, my wagwan, ein kleines bisschen Deutsch, even a little French, parlez-vous français, you know. I don't know, maybe octolingual. Quite a few of them, man. But yeah, but just coming up submersed in many different cultures, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thing.
I know parents try to maintain that link with the homeland. That's not always easy to do, but yet in your case, you seem to have, one would not know, for example, that you were not Barbadian born and bred.
Right.
How did that come about?
I think that would have a lot to do with the fact that the age that I came here, and when Ronnie came, well, we came together to Barbados. He would have been, I want to say maybe 16, 15. So he, you know, was pretty much his accent and cultural experience and stuff. That's why you would still more so have the accent. As opposed to me, I came at 9 years old, you know, so again, being submersed in the culture at a younger age allowed me to absorb it more and basically develop and be a part of it. And then naturally having dad and you know, the Caribbean influence in the household, I guess I got absorbed a lot more easier. Whereas Ronnie and then my older cousins, Andy, Dave, those guys, you know, they would have come as just, you know, teenagers, young adults. So it would have been harder for them.
And you have another brother too as well?
I do, Joe. Yeah, he's the oldest, he's in Germany, and then sister, who's actually the oldest, she's in Germany as well. Yeah.
So Rupee, now let's talk a little bit about I want to take you back to your early life, before you became a solo artist. Of course, you were the big band, and you had hits like Ice Cream and so on, you know. So what was that period of your life like? How did you evolve from the visual artist into the performing artist and the writer and so on?
Pretty interesting period of my life too. I was at McCann, doing very well, senior graphic artist, possibly with a chance of maybe being a creative director. And at the same time, I was singing part-time with Coalition. And, you know, I'm just an artist all around, you know, whether it be visual, musical, it's just who I am. My mom used to paint, you know, and I was heavily influenced by her. And then Dad on the music end, you know, his musical taste. My mom was heavily into music too. My brothers, Ronnie used to rap. My older brother used to sing jazz. So I was submersed from an early age in a sea of artistic elements, you know. And while working at McCann and singing with Coalition, both areas of my life were suffering, you know, because I wanted to commit so much to each of them. But it saw me singing with Coalition, performing at the Boatyard, drinks free Tuesday night, however gigs we had, not getting enough sleep, you know, coming to work tired. And then obviously with my dedication to work, not being able to dedicate as much as I want to music. So both were suffering. You know, I love doing both of them, but I honestly had to come to a decision. It's either gonna be the art or it's gonna be the music, you know. And this was a situation a lot of the members of Coalition were faced with too. And musicians in general at the time, you know, it was a hustle.
You ain't got the tipsy when you turn on your dip behind.
Something about your songs though that there's always been to me a wider appeal in your songs. The Caribbean rhythm and essence of it is embodied in everything you do, but there's an international flair to your music too as well. And I'm not sure if that's deliberate or if that is a part of the experience of coming from a multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-geographical kind of family.
Yeah, absolutely. White German mother, so she was heavily into Rolling Stones, Beatles, but at the same time she loved Nina Simone, loved the Motown, you know. Dad obviously, Plastic Bag, Sparrow, Kitsch, Bob Marley, Jimmy Cliff, and then obviously soul and Motown. My older cousin being a DJ as well, Andrew Turney, when we first arrived and going, you know, just so many elements from all of the genres definitely saw me always trying to take Caribbean music and soca at a later stage as my foundation and blend it with all of those musical experiences that I would have had coming up.
Well, Rupee, as always, been I could sit here and chat with you for hours on it. And perhaps we'll do this on another occasion too as well and talk about some other stuff.
Yeah.
But we are out of time today. I want to thank you for a really thoughtful and in-depth experience here this morning. Listening to you, you know, it's a phenomenal thing because I've seen your growth from, as you said, from the intern all the way through to your visual, and then your writing and, you know, the songs that broke for you, your period with Coalition, and then as a solo artist. I remember you performing at Wet Fet out on the beach. I remember the police having to come too as well because we had endless commotion at that Wet Fet. And I don't know why people ever fight with the police, because whenever I see people fighting with the police, my first reaction is, you know, this is not going to end well for you. And it didn't end well for some guys. But it didn't deter you from performing that day, you know, and throughout it, you've been a phenomenal entertainer, and we certainly respect your work, we love your work, and we will continue to watch you grow and to rise, because COVID has taught us all that we must not give up, we must dig deep.
Yeah.
So thank you for the experience.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the red couch today.
Thank you.
Doing a phenomenal interview with us.
And thanks to you too. You know, you've played such an instrumental role in the lives of many of us in the entertainment industry. And I can safely say, you know, it wouldn't be what it is today without your knowledge, your experience, your contribution. It's monumental. And I'm forever grateful, and always, at any time, I'm willing to be a part of anything you're doing, and I'm grateful for it. Thank you. I wouldn't be who I am today without you and the team, you know?
Thank you.
Grateful.
Phenomenal. Rupee, our very special guest today on the Red Couch.